Let's dive in, Brent. You've got a hold rating on Twitter. Does this news of Musk's involvement change the story?
As we say, D-Bam, don't bet against Musk. There's a halo effect in the interim, but I don't think a 30% return is justified for a new shareholder. If any one of our clients came in, that certainly would create that kind of move as a passive investor. So fundamentally, Twitter has been struggling relative to its peers. Stock's been cheap and many of these names are down. But we think that ultimately this move now reflects that fundamentals are getting back on track. The new CEO is obviously going to have a positive impact in the next few quarters, but I think it's way too early to call the fundamental return of Twitter. Many of the advertisers still are struggling with their ROI. They're seeing a better ROI in other platforms.
So you think it's overdone. Steve, have we heard anything from the company? They do have a fairly newish CEO. I wonder how he's going to handle this new challenge or opportunity.
Yeah, Sarah, I'm actually kind of surprised we haven't heard an official comment. I've been bugging them Twitter all day saying you got something to say about this. They have a new stakeholder, 9%, and it's not just any stakeholder, it's Elon Musk. Just complete radio silence from the company today on that. And all we've heard from Elon is the LOL hi tweet. So take from that what you will. Yeah, so there's nothing official about what Elon's intentions might be here, how the board is thinking about it, how the new CEO is thinking about it. What we do know, Sarah, is that Elon is kind of in line with this vision that Twitter's going towards, this decentralized idea of Twitter where people can kind of build on top of the Twitter platform and create their own rules. So that sounds like something Musk would be really interested in, Sarah.
And he's got the money to do it,
exactly.
Robert, right? Even Robert Frank, today's move on Tesla and Twitter alone will more than pay for this investment, right?
Yeah. This trade has already been profitable on both ends. So if you look at Tesla shares, which are up remarkably today, more than 5%, he's already added more than $9 billion from his Tesla gains today. Coupled with the fact that when he bought these Twitter shares, he paid about $2.3 billion for them in mid-March. That value of that stake now at $3.6 billion. So he's up $1.3 billion just on the Twitter investment alone, added to the $9 billion at least that he added today on Tesla. So, look, this was not about the money for him. This was about the influence. But, look, he made $10 billion today on both sides of this trade.
Yeah, not bad for a new position. Brent, you know, Twitter's seen some excitement before when it comes to heavyweight investors. Steve Ballmer, they were involved in a challenge from Elliott, Paul Singer, Prince Al-Walid. I'm thinking back, like there was Mark Benioff almost made a bid to buy the company, and none of those really changed the game for the company. They brought a lot of firepower in terms of big names and enthusiasm. So what's it going to take?
Exactly. I mean, I think this is all surface. This isn't fundamental, Sarah. And if you look at what has to change, Twitter just has to be more usable. Anyone that uses these services realize, you know, it's a hard service to use, and it's not been optimized for the end users. So I think ultimately there's a lot of work, and I think the new CEO is obviously going to have a huge impact on changing this, having been at the company for a decade in product roles, that they can make the product easier and more consumable. Can they start a subscription program? Can they have an ad-driven program? There's so many different call options, but they've got to do something because it hasn't been working. We talk to advertisers on the end side all the time, and no one wants to count Twitter out, but everyone has also said, hey, they keep coming back with a story, then it breaks, then it comes back with a new story, then it breaks. It's just a yo-yo, and they've got to get more even with their execution. So we think they can do it. It's just they got to prove it. And again, it's been somewhat of a broken record the last couple of years. So it's encouraging. No doubt this is a positive step in the right direction.